Chapter 208 of One Punch Man has finally dropped, and it's wilder than anyone could have anticipated. First things first, the cover art features our beloved short queen Tatsumaki looking absolutely fierce with a sleek, eye-catching design. The chapter title, Perversity, carries a deeper meaning that'll play out as we dive into the insane events ahead. To recap, Blast saved both Flashy Flash and Speedo Sound Sonic from emptyvoid's deadly dimensional slash in the previous chapter. This attack is so monstrous that Sonic initially thinks he's in some kind of genjutsu, doubting if it's even real. Meanwhile, Flashy Flash explains that the ninja village created a ridiculously powerful monster through intense experiments. Blast, however, is disturbed that emptyvoid somehow healed from his prior injuries. Without warning, emptyvoid sends all three of them tumbling with a powerful kick and lands in an epic ninja pose, showing off a brand new transformation. This transformation is next level, totally distinct from his previous forms. Unlike the monstrous look he first had when absorbing Cosmic Garou's power, this form has a V symbol on his forehead and a face resembling a cosmic entity, yet he retains human-like features like eyelashes, eyebrows, and hair. Think of it like a butterfly breaking out of its cocoon. Emptyvoid has refined and filtered out the godly power he absorbed from Garou, leaving behind a sleek cosmic form. Just look at these fan-drawn interpretations, they perfectly capture his celestial yet eerily familiar appearance. Unlike the dark, cosmic look of Garou, Emptyvoid is a vision of cosmic power with human elements. If you were there with me, Blast, Flashy Flash, and Sonic, you'd be just as floored witnessing this. Emptyvoid goes on to say that ever since he absorbed God's power from Cosmic Garou, he could tell something was off. He declares that Garou was a failed creation. Now think about that. Garou, who was already absurdly powerful, is considered a failure. If that's the case, imagine the scale of destruction we're in for with a successful God's avatar like Emptyvoid. Emptyvoid explains that Garou's failure stems from his hidden defiance against God's will. Remember back in chapter 164 after losing badly to Saitama? Garou accepted God's power when God appeared to him as Bang. But as he was on the brink of death, Garou defied God by teaching Saitama to reverse time, an act of pure rebellion. Garou wanted to be the strongest without being bound by good or evil, or even by God. This defiance limited how much power he could draw from God, as God won't grant endless power to an apostle that resists him. Emptyvoid even throws a serious insult at Garou that, trust me, I shouldn't repeat here. Emptyvoid then asserts that Blast's power of darkness won't work on him anymore. He's already absorbed it and become immune. This leads to the craziest part of the chapter. Blast, looking dead serious, removes his glasses and tosses them to Flashy Flash. With memories of his own past reawakening, Emptyvoid's rage builds and Blast gets ready to go all out. What follows is an epic clash. Blast opens portals, teleporting from place to place, landing a series of punches and kicks on Emptyvoid. Emptyvoid, equally fast, dodges and retaliates with a spiraling wind blade, but Blast teleports out of harm's way. Using his portal technique, Blast punches through dimensions, a move that's giving us seriously Oreo vibes from Hunter x Hunter when he punched Ging in episode 140. And he's not stopping there. Blast starts targeting Emptyvoid's blind spots, saying he can't let him leave the bounds of causality. With each teleport, Blast lands more hits, at one point even attempting a WWE-style move to break Emptyvoid's back. But Emptyvoid isn't fazed. In a chilling moment, he rotates his head, arms, and legs 180 degrees to face Blast. And before Blast can react, Emptyvoid slices off Blast's right hand in one smooth, horrifying slash. The shock on Blast's face says it all, and you'll be just as stunned as he was. It's a brutal scene, and it drives home just how powerful Emptyvoid has become. Remember Blast's line from the last chapter about Emptyvoid needing to make hand signs to teleport? Emptyvoid echoes this back at him now, saying, "You can't teleport without putting your fists together." Absolute chills. As Blast gets his bearings, Emptyvoid taunts him with his plan to use his dimensional slashes to destroy cities across the world, while Blast watches, helpless. But Blast fires back, saying the old Emptyvoid he fought 15 years ago would have decapitated him already. It turns out that after absorbing Garou's powers, God's brainwashing over Emptyvoid has started to fade, and his memories are slowly resurfacing. This is where the chapter title, Perversity, comes into play. It reflects how Emptyvoid is now behaving unpredictably, fighting in ways that even God himself may not have anticipated. In a flurry of slashes, Emptyvoid slices at Blast, who barely has time to register each attack. Here's my theory. If God wanted, he could easily destroy Earth using Emptyvoid's dimensional slashes or Garou's overwhelming strength. But it's possible that God has his avatars lure Saitama and other powerful fighters, like a twisted game. God might actually reward his avatars with more power the stronger their opponents are. Look at every avatar of God so far. From Vaccine Man to the current Emptyvoid and Cosmic Garou, they all seem to get stronger as they fight. These dimensional cubes scattered around could very well be portals to God's will, granting those who touch them access to God's power. If God has enough powerful avatars, he might even be able to escape his own dimensional prison and enter Earth directly. If you're a fan of solo leveling, this concept should sound familiar. Just like in Solo Leveling, where powerful beings lose strength as they descend to lower dimensions, God might need his avatars to unlock the Earth as a way to fully unleash his powers. That's the explosive end of this chapter. Want to keep up with all the latest updates? Subscribe to Anime Fiction Reels, and don't miss my anime and manhwa recommendations for even more epic content.